Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and this is not a random pubcast, this is actually a special cast. You guys will be pretty excited to see what names you see, but we see Fnatic versus OSG, and the reason I'm in this is because I've been in the Join Dota casters Skype chat for I don't know freaking how long, but I've actually never casted one of the games, because I was always like, I'll cast one later, I'll cast one tomorrow or something. So I finally decided, hey, why the heck not just cast one of the games of the freaking professionals, because I have access to it, I have the opportunity. So I'm going to jump in, and I will be casting, well, this game with not really much previous working knowledge, I guess, of all the players and stuff. Except for I know No Tails, everybody knows who No Tails is. Freaking Meepo No Tails, oh man, awesome stuff. But I am expecting to see some exciting things happen today. I did just wake up, I did have a whole bunch of fun yesterday doing things like hanging out with friends. But that's besides the point. It's not about me, guys. It's about the Dota that we're going to see in front of us. And we're going to go ahead and get this underway. So the captain mode is jumping in. I'm excited to see the first bans and picks. Not really too sure what to expect, to be honest, because I've been out of the loop as far as the professional scene for a while. The last professional game I think I seen was actually, I don't even remember what the last professional game I seen was. I think I was watching something on the Senate Cup, which is like 3 years ago relative to Dota. But the first ban is going to be a Wisp ban. That makes sense. Wisp is still kind of breaks the game, still forces you to play a way that you don't want to play. And also, you don't want No Tail getting that Wisp. If I remember correctly, I think No Tail is the one who played Wisp. Elder Time ban out. Okay, so standard bans going on so far. As far as working knowledge I can throw out here, as far as those bans, I mean those are bans that you see universally nowadays. Then Return to Natural Order coming out from Elder Titan. It hurts a lot when the team fights do break out and the carries start hitting. And the Wisp ban out, it makes a lot of sense because Wisp just relocates and kills you all the time. As far as the Enchantress and the Alchemist ban, Alchemist he's one of those carries who can hit his stride a little bit earlier than a lot of other carries. So just getting him out of the pool makes sense too. And just logical bans all around, as you guys know to see. The Enchantress ban kind of tells me that Osliki gaming don't want to face any early game aggression, which, I mean, Chen is still in the pool, so he can still be picked up, but you can't necessarily ban out Chen and Enchantress. You can only ban out one of the two lesser evils, and I think Enchantress, she can transition a little bit later into the game into like a carry if you want to play her that way. She does get her items up.
5 seconds remaining.
So a little bit too early to tell what kind of strategy each team is going for, but I do see an Enchantress, a Crystal Maiden picked up, which is actually going to be pretty exciting because that's going to be a little bit of aggression coming out early on, and who she will be paired up with is still under the wraps, of course, but it's going to be something awesome. Hold on. And we're just waiting up for these next picks. It's going to be Nature's Prophet, so some split push is going to be coming out of that. The question is, will they be going for a split push heavy type style? I think Fnatic is one of the teams who are known for crazy aggression or crazy strategies that look like they shouldn't work on paper, but they actually do work out when they do play them out. I'm just trying to rattle my brain. I'm trying to Google things right now, if you guys haven't picked up on that.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And okay, everything's good.
Reserve time.
Alright. And we got a Rubik pick up as a support, so still Fnatic not really showing their hands on Nature's Prophet. Yes, he can split push. Yes, it tells me that they want to do some pushing, they'll have some aggression in there, and Fnatic are known for their aggression. But even still, a Rubik pickup doesn't really say much, except for you better not pick a big ult like a Magnus, which nobody plays Magnus anymore. or like an Earthshaker, or somebody who has a very important spell. A Lifestealer is going to be picked up on the side of Osliki Gaming. Along with that Crystal Maiden, Lifestealer, that should be a nice easy lane for them to go for. Lifestealer should get all the farm that he wants. We could potentially see a tri-lane come out for Osliki, or a pseudo tri-lane where you have two in the bottom in the safe lane and you have one in the jungle. So it's technically kind of like a tri-lane, and the person in the jungle can come into the lane and just bother whoever's in that suicide lane on the side of Fnatic. So we can see some awesome things come out from Osliki Gaming. Both sides haven't really showed their hand, but Osliki have showed the fact that they have a lifesteal, so that's going to be their primary carry, presumably. As far as the bans, we see ourselves a Storm Spirit ban, Puck ban, Pugna ban, and we also see a Invoker ban. And I'm excited about the Invoker ban because that means we won't be seeing no Quas Exort. And as everybody knows, Invoker is awesome and all, but I love my Quas Wex Invoker. I suck at playing Invoker, but Quas Wex Invoker excites me, and everybody does Quas Exort. And just ban him out if you're not going to do Quas Wex, please. So he's banned out. Pugna's banned for, because of the push. Pugna going mid, crazy push that comes out of that. It's ridiculous amount of damage that he can do to you. Even if he has a very crappy game, he can still do quite a bit of damage quite fast. So some awesome things can happen, so some scary things can happen from that. We also have a Storm Spirit ban out, which Storm, yeah, he can kind of snowball out of control if you don't get a hold on him. And he's also really good versus the Prophet. As far as Prophet trying to split push, Storm Spirit zips in with the lifesteal inside of him, and boom, that's a dead Prophet. Alright, moving on to the rest of the picks, we see a Weaver pickup, so he's going to be a nice carry for Fnatic. One of the most sexiest things about Weaver, in my honest opinion, is that Weaver is usually not the most important target when the team fights do break out. You have somebody like a Bane who's throwing a Nightmare on top of you. You have somebody like a Rubik who has a big spell, or a Prophet who's right-clicking too much and sprouting. So people are trying to focus down these other exterior targets when Weaver's the one in the middle of the fight, just zipping, zagging, bobbing and weaving, doing all kinds of damage. So I do really like to see the Weaver pickups. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the main person doing the damage though. So we're going to have Weaver and Prophet presumably playing those roles of right clickers or carries, whatever you want to call them. And as far as the picks on the side of Osliki Gaming, they picked up the Visage, or Visage, I like saying Visage, and they picked up the OD. So they're going to have Visage presumably in the tri-lane with the Crystal Maiden and Lifestealer, and OD is going to be in the mid. We'll likely see a roaming Crystal Maiden, so that way Visage and Lifestealer can actually do stuff, or we'll see a lot of pulls coming out from Visage. Because usually Visage needs more levels than, of course, Crystal Maiden, so he can actually be as effective as possible.
5 seconds remaining.
As far as the mid on the side of Osliki Gaming, who will they go for? I know they like to pick Razors, and there's a Razor ban out right there, so no Razor versus OD. Razor's a typical counter for OD because, well, he throws a static link, OD throws out the Astral Prism, and then OD gets purged so he can't move that fast, and then Razor still has a static link going. And once Razor comes out, is lo and behold, he's killing OD because he has all the damage in the world. So that's why Razor's a natural counter to an OD in the mid lane. And also Razor doesn't need much mana to do anything anyway. Timbersaw, he's also, I wouldn't say the best of counters to an OD, but he just becomes very obnoxious once he gets something like a Bloodstone, and like he just doesn't die. Like, I don't know what it is, I don't know the logic behind it, but Timbersaw just doesn't die after he built a Bloodstone. It's crazy. He can face all the damage in the world, but he just doesn't die. Of course, it has something to do with reactive armor and plus all the regen he gets from that, and also the regen he's getting from Bloodstone and the mana regen he's getting from it, and plus he can Timber Chain out. Yes, I understand. All those are factors, but that still doesn't deny the fact, guys, that it's just weird. He just doesn't, flat out doesn't die. Unless he suicides, of course. And we're just waiting for these last two pickups to come through. As far as what Fnatic need, they need a mid, unless they're going to run a mid Rubik or a mid Bane, which usually you don't see any more these days. So they'll probably go for something like maybe a Queen of Pain or something like that. Moving on to Osliki Gaming, they need themselves a offlaner. And they go for a Batride on Fnatic side, so I'm not sure if we're going to see a Weaver mid, or we're going to see a Batride in the jungle, or maybe we're going to see a classic Batride in mid. I haven't seen Batrider run mid in a while. I do have to admit that, and I have been playing quite a few games in pubs. Actually, I haven't been seeing Batrider picked up a lot in pubs, but that's pubs. That's not professional games. As far as what Osliki Gaming can go for, like I said, they need an offlaner, unless they want to run a Visage offlane, which is not really all that sexy. They could go for someone like a Bristleback, which is always fun to run in the game, and they'll have two tanky frontline people. They could. Nope, they can't run a DK.
Reserve time.
Bristleback's the only one that's coming to my mind right now. Bounty Hunter is also in the pool, so he can be thrown out there to get some free gold. And he will do well versus the Weaver with the Trek. We could also have a Slaughter. Nope, we got a Clockwork, of course. Of course, Clockwork's picked almost every single game, guys. CulBlu done goofed. Totally forgot about that Clockwork pickup. So there you have it. We'll have Clockwork run the off lane, OD run in mid, Tri-lane presumably coming out from Crystal Maiden, Lifesteal, and Visage. Meanwhile, on the side of Fnatic, we're going to see Prophet in the jungle, Rubik plus Weaver. No, Rubik plus. Wait, whoa. That's gonna be interesting. I'm interested to see what Fnatic do, because if Prophet goes in the jungle, Weaver's gonna be in a safe lane and Bane's gonna be in off lane. Weaver and Rubik, sorry, are gonna be safe lane, and Bane's gonna be in off lane, and Batrider's gonna be mid. Don't know, but we got no tails on Bane, so we might be seeing some interesting stuff coming up from that. Nonetheless, we'll just go ahead and wait and see, because I'm not like it's not as obvious what Fnatic are gonna go for to me, being somebody who's kind of out of the loop. So anyway, I'm gonna do introductions on the side of OSG since, well, I kind of know what their lanes are gonna be. Starting off with this Clockwork, we see OSG Bignum on clock. Moving over to this OD, we see Chomi on OD. Moving over to Visage, we see Ink Visitor on him. On this Crystal Maiden, we see Zonder on that CM. And moving on to this Lifesteal, last but not least, of course, we see Hey You Scooby-doo. That was not his full name, it's just Scooby-Doo on that Lifestealer. Moving to the side of the Dire, which is of course Fnatic. We see Fnatic No-Tail running up top, placing that offensive observer ward already. We have Fly on that Rubik. Moving over to Weaver, we see Era
seconds to battle
on that Weaver. It just feels weird saying their names, because like I watch the commentaries what they're playing. I hear the names all the time. I don't have to say it myself. Anyway, on this Prophet, we see Trixie hanging out with that Prophet with the mushrooms all up on his head. And last but not least, we have Hani on this Batrider who's hanging out mid. So we are going to be seeing a mid Batrider. And I don't think I introduced Bane, because I don't remember saying No-Tail, but No-Tail's on Bane. It looks like we're going to see an offlane Prophet. So, okay, Prophet's not going to be in jungle. He's going to be an offlane. And this is actually like classic, I guess classic Dota relative to what metagame we're currently in. But usually what you see nowadays, you see people doing the 2-1-2 type lanes, where they have two people in the safe lane and one person in the mid lane and two people in the off lane. Because it's a lot safer for people on the Dire side to actually be in the off lane, or people in the suicide lane to be farming to get actually some gold without the risk of dying, because a creep wave literally spawns right about here, as opposed to starting way down here, which it makes a world of difference when you don't have to run that far. And also denies aren't as painful for ranged people nowadays. It used to be like a third of XP, now it's like a half of XP, which is the same that melee people get, which is a whole bunch of technical mumbo jumbo. But it goes a long way to say that this is slightly unusual for the current metagame, to have three people inside of a lane. Of course, we're talking about professionals. We're talking about people who have good coordination. We're not talking about random pubs, guys. So anyway, I guess standard stuff for professional Dota. But we got Prophet in the offlane, and this is actually a good thing, because if Prophet does have a lot of trouble, if he does like lose the first blood and dies again, he can say screw this lane. Trixie can say screw this lane. I'm gonna go into the jungle and farm, because he can do that. That's what Prophet's really good at. That's why it's always good to have your jungle in the offlane sometimes. Anyway, so bottom, of course, is Prophet on the suicide lane for Fnatic versus a Lifestealer, Visage, and Crystal Maiden, who are doing that jungle thing. We got a jungle Crystal Maiden going on. We got Visage doing the pulls. We got a whole bunch of standard stuff going on. Meanwhile, mid, we got an OD versus a Batrider. Batrider already has his bottle up. OD does not have his bottle up. He did go for a full gold type build. He did spend all his gold at first, so it's gonna take him a little bit to get that. But I think Batrider needs a little bit more. And there's the Astronaut Prism already getting thrown out. OD just trying to keep some sticky napalm stacks from getting thrown on top of his head. Meanwhile, on top, we got a Weaver. Oh, hold on, we got rotations coming in. We got smoke getting coming from Bane plus Rubik, and this is like one Nightmare is all they really need. Nightmare going to be coming through. Barrett is going to get the fire on top of him. Nightmare not going to come through. 5 stacks of sticky napalm. It's going to be a dead OD here very soon. Throws out Astral Imprisonment, trying to buy himself a little bit of time. Not going to be enough time. First blood goes to Barrett, easiest kill of their life, and he takes a few tower shots for his troubles, but he is perfectly fine. Now we got the rotations coming in from the Crystal Maiden. The pings did come out. Looks like they might have wanted to try to go for it, but I mean, you can't really go for that. So as far as the scariness of that whole entire engagement, of course you have the rotation coming in from the supports, which makes it a lot harder for OD to do things. But you have to batter the sticky napalm. He had I want to say he had 3 stacks before the supports came up, and the magic number for Barrow is like 4 stacks. So if Barrow ever gets 4 stacks of sticky napalm on you, you might want to start running away. Just to tell you the reason why, because at level 1 sticky napalm does 10 extra damage. This is level 2, of course, but it does 10 extra damage, and if you have 4 stacks of that, that's 40 damage. So that means Barrett's attack, right click on top of you, is effectively doubled, which means that he can kill you significantly faster. And if you put that relative to OD's mana or HP pool, it only takes him what? Now it takes Barrett 8 hits versus 16 hits to actually kill an OD with right clicks, and that's not taking into account the Firefly. So very scary stuff. That's the magic number when you're playing against Barrett's. For everybody who didn't know. Just go ahead and when you get 4 stacks, just run, just run. So moving on back on top, we got all the supports are in the jungle farming because that's what supports do. We got Rubik actually roaming around towards the side. I want to see if we can try to get the Clockwork, because Clockwork is playing a little bit on the low ground. The Flare did fly from the clock. He did notice that Rubik was missing, so I guess he's going to play a little bit more safe. But we got the pings coming on through. Bane might want to try to get a Nightmare. Rubik does have a telekinesis to follow up. The Nightmare will be falling through here very soon. That's a beautiful spot for a Nightmare. Clockwork's going to have a little bit of waste and run. He does have the cogs, but it's not really going to save his life that much. Actually, no, it might. Yes, it just will save his life because he did not, or sorry, the supports were not able to get inside those cogs before he actually threw him out. And the flares do fly, so Clockwork is pretty darn safe now. So sadly, the telekinesis could not come fast enough. I was assuming the Nightmare would last long enough for Rubik to get into position to throw out the telekinesis, actually helped him get the kill on top of Clock, but actually Rubik almost lost his own life. So Fly playing a little bit on edge right there. Meanwhile, in the mid, we got a Bat Rider running way away from supports. Just trying to test his luck. He does have Firefly up, so he can use that to run away if he needs to. Bane is around the corner. He wants these guys to keep pulling. No Tails here. He wants these guys to keep going so he can try to get a kill on top of them, but no conversion for kills. Meanwhile, on top, Weaver's just having a grand old time, right-clicking Clockwork, forcing him out of lane. And down bottom, Lifestealer is having a lot of fun getting his farm. He's actually at the top of the CS, which is a really good relative to Weaver. And meanwhile, mid, we got a whole bunch of people showing up. We just got a gaggle of people almost getting a kill on top of Rubik by OD. With that ulti coming up from him, and he's trying to turn around, trying to run away, not going to be able to run fast enough. Just a few more right clicks. Those are Astral Imprisonment in time. TP support coming in. That'll be enough to force these guys on back, so nobody loses their lives on either side. OD very low. Crystal Maiden does not have anything for him. OD pops himself a healing salve and turns around, fights some creeps, and he'll be fine. So at the end of the day, just a lot of wasted time on the side of supports. That was 4 people mid. Oh, sorry, 3 people mid. No TP in for Nature's Prophet. But he could have potentially TP'd in and tried to go for that kill. Denied. And oh look, Prophet's being a jerk, just coming into the jungle, taking a few last hits here and there. Trixie doing a good job, good map awareness, and well, just using those traits to be obnoxious. That's what he does. Because who doesn't want free last hits? And he also effectively blocked both his camps. So that's also a really good thing. That means there will be no pulls in the next wave. The supports will have to wait a whole entire minute before they can continue to get XP. As far as the levels go, Prophet doing really well with that level 5. As far as everybody else's levels, yeah, he's staying very close to the Lifestealer. Despite the fact that Lifestealer has been getting free farm, and same thing for on the side of Clockwork and Weaver. They're staying very close, especially since Weaver's been getting all the free farm. But another thing to keep in mind is that there are a lot of denies on both Weaver and Lifestealer. So yeah, that's a lot of XP that that Clockwork and also Prophet are not getting. But despite all that, they're doing a really good job of keeping up with those levels. That's all I gotta say. So we got 3 mid. Once again, the smoke gank is up. No tails plus flyer here, trying to get a telekinesis. OD throws out Astral Imprisonment. There's a nightmare coming out from Bane, and the telekinesis will follow from Rubik here very soon. The Observer does go through. Telekinesis comes through. TP support is coming in from looks like a Life Stealer. Oh no, actually looks like a Clockwork. Clockwork does show up. Not able to get the cogs in a perfect position. OD throws out Astral Imprisonment once again, but he should be dying here very soon. He is going to be dying to the fire and the flames of Batrider, and they're trying to look for another kill.
I can't see your breath anymore.
And the extremely aggressive observer ward has been in place. This marks the ground of the Dire, saying this is our place, this is our house. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Batrider is officially won his lane versus an OD, which is not all that easy to do. But I mean, as a Batrider, you can just be obnoxious with your sticky napalm stacks, because OD can't turn around anyway. But with the supports coming in from with the rotations coming in from the supports, has really been helping him out. And you also have the fact that you also have the fact that the supports have been rotating in from OSG, but they haven't really been able to stop much. The de-warding has gone down, so OD is able to be a little bit more safe, but there's still a lot of danger here because he's behind in levels versus the Batrider. I think Batrider's, I want to say Batrider's level 9. Nope, they're on the same levels. They're on the same levels, but the difference is Batrider hasn't died as much. Meanwhile, on top we got Clockwork getting himself a nice little power cards around. Weaver in a little bit of trouble, getting hit with those battery assaults. That is a lot of damage coming his way. If one flare is all Clockwork really needs to get the kill on top of this. He does have Weaver does have support in the form of Rubik now, and I don't know if a Flare does 150. No, Flare does 160, so he might be able to get the kill. Does throw out the Flare. He does not have enough for his ult, but he did use his ult to initiate that fight. So threw out the Rappel, popped himself a battery assault, and threw out the power cogs, and almost got the kill on top of Weaver by himself. That just shows you the danger of Clockwork all by his lonesome. And Weaver is still taking a whole bunch of damage. Aaron needs to be very, very, very careful. He does have a Ring of Health, which is helping him regen a lot, but it's not going to be enough versus the flare damage, because Clockwork's flares come significantly faster than the regen can come out from Weaver. All Bigum has to do is just aim his flares correctly, and he'll just pretty much get the kill eventually on top of Weaver. He does see the Weaver's up here. Weaver does have a lot of HP. Healed up, and there's HP getting taken right on back down. Rotations coming in from the supports. A smoke gank of their own. We got Invixer and Zonder do come through. The smoke does wear out. Cruise Maiden does get scattered out by the Fly, and Fly is actually going to take a nice little Frost Nova. He's going to get Frost bitten as well. The Clockwork Rappel does come out. Don't think it was really necessary, but they are going to get this kill on top of Fly nonetheless. And now we got support coming in. Barra does blink, and he has a blink dagger already. We got Visage getting pulled into the dark, dark depths of death. Weaver's able to pick up the kill on top of that, so more gold for your carry, more gold for your money. So good TP coming in from the Barra. I didn't realize Hani had himself a blink dagger already, but I mean, it's to be expected. He was having the best of lanes versus OD, thanks to the supports coming in. And now OD can really do is stay mid and try to build some force staff. And I'm actually surprised to see that OD did not decide to build the mechanism for his team. I think, honestly, I think OD building the mechanism is a good thing, because he always has the mana to use it, sure. And when he does TP, he can not only save your life, but he can also heal up everybody around him. So I like ODs when they build themselves mechanisms for the teams. It makes them a lot more survivable. It's kind of like the same concept of Pugna or a Necrolite building a mechanism, whereas like they're deceptively survivable. It's like, oh, they're about to die, let's go for it, and they pop mech, and then boom, they're back into the fight. So yeah, OD about to hit that coveted level 9, so he'll finally have a point inside of his Arcane Aura, or Arcane Orb, or maybe he's gonna max out his Essence Aura. Don't really know. It all depends on what he does. No Tail rotating in mid, has a Smoke of Deceit in his pocket right now, so he can drop that if he needs to. Run up top and go for a quick kill, but Clockwork playing really, really safe. And actually, speaking of the devil, Clockwork's actually running on back up top. I don't know if he just TP'd. Not sure if he just TP'd, but he's looking for Rappel in. But we got this ganks going on both sides. Bane is mid to throw us some support for the Batrider. He did pop himself a smoke at the seat, and he was scattered out. OD did move a little bit too close to him. And now we got 3 people mid for the Radiant. We got Barrett going to go ahead and blink in, try to throw the last, or he gets the last on top of OD. TP comes in from the Nature Prophet. Nature Prophet does throw a little bit of damage. Rappel comes in for Clockwork on the front side. Now Bane's in a lot of trouble. Bane does have a nightmare. He's going to be able to get off on top of himself. Clockwork says, screw that, bro. You're going to die here today. The OD ulti does fall through. OD does go down. Chris Manning shows up. She burns to death. And now we got a kill going on down somewhere. Down bottom. Bottom tower does get taken down. TP support does come in just in time. We got Lifesteal in a little bit of trouble. He does jump inside of Creep, jumps out, gets a kill on top of Bane, and casually swags on away. He's going to be taking a whole bunch of damage from Weaver here very soon because Weaver does have the right clicks available to kill him. And now OD's in a little bit of trouble. Throws out a soul assumption on top of Visage. Not going to be enough to kill the Rubik, but Rubik does still go down to the Visage. Right click does go down, and that is a dead Visage as well. So Rubik, Visage, Lifestealer, people all around dying everywhere. Just blood and bodies and guts all over the place, guys. Because that's what you paid for, right? That's exactly what you paid for. Anywho, so the birds are still here. I think Fnatic knows the birds are still here, but they're not gonna do anything. They can't kill them. If only they were a brute mother. Meanwhile, Jungle Barrett doing some farming, getting some double stacks on top of that. That's gonna be more XP, more gold towards his way. His 4 staff is gonna be coming up faster than you can say fail boat. Yeah, it wasn't that funny. I agree. But the Visage birds are going to come on through. They're going to shoo Barrett out, just escort him, show him the way out. Body blocks are coming out galore, coming out from Prophet with those treants, doing a good job of that because Clockwork was looking for the Rappel. And I think if Clockwork at this point would have gotten the Rappel, he would have been able to get the kill on top of Prophet. Blade Mail's coming up soon on top of Bigum on that clock to give him that much needed armor and also give him that ability to just make Weaver's life a living heck when he does get stuck inside those power cogs. Taking a look at the rest of the items, we got an armlet up on Lifestealer, so he can actually have his damage, so that's going to be his mid-game type item. Hopefully we'll see him build towards those bigger items, because he does have that Hand of Midas. He can start getting those bashes and A-blades and hearts and stuff. Moving over to the side of Fnatic, we see the bigger items coming up from Weaver. He is going to be going for that Lincoln Sphere first, which he does have enough gold for his ultimate orb, which he will be picking up here very soon. There it is. And he's just like, I want to say he's 900 gold away from that. Not too sure. Let's see how much gold he was away. Yeah, he was almost 900 gold away from that. We got a support hanging out in the jungle. We got a we got a Barrow actually hanging outside. Barrow does blink out. Clockwork Flare or Clockwork Rappel does come through, doesn't land, and it was actually a Night's Bomb. I did not realize that. That was a Night's Bomb coming towards him, so that might have been a dead somebody, but it would have been a little bit touchy because Barrow was there. He did blink out in time. He was going to get caught by it, and he also has his boosted travel, so he can pretty much be anywhere on the map that he wants. But the fact of the matter is, there was a Lifestealer. There was a Bane down there. There was a Batrider down there. There's also Rubik who's hanging out. I don't know if they were going to be able to actually get that kill, especially with Bane's Nightmare finally up. Lifestealer popped Rage and got Nightmared. And Lifesteal's Hand of Might is coming off cooldown in a few seconds. And there it is. It's all going to be used. Sentry Ward placed down mid, just a D-ward. There's a lot of D-warding going on both sides. This is what I love about watching professional games. It's like, why can't my pubs be like this? Why can't, when I play Dota very badly, why can't it be like this anyway? You know, everyone's playing really good, and I'm being that person who's feeding. And we're still winning because we're doing good things like D-warding. Because I'm good at D-warding. You know, you place a Sentry Ward, and you kill the other ward. You know, simple stuff, guys. Simple stuff. And yet, I still don't do it. Anywho. Rotation's still coming around. The supports are doing a lot of roamings and a lot of ganking. We got Chrisman actually getting scattered out by the Prophet. Prophet will be able to get the Sprout on top of Chrisman. Chrisman does get hit with the lasso, so very, very worthwhile kill. And there's a Rappel coming in from Clockwork. He does catch himself a Prophet who doesn't have a Shadow Blade or anything. He does only has a Hand of Midas. Clockwork gets pushed out of his own power cogs, and now Prophet is going to be officially going on a chase. Clockwork's on the run. We got the Visage showing up, trying to do a little bit, trying to get the kill on top of Prophet. That's a very important kill. Does get the kill. Weaver trying to get the kill on top of Visage now. Visage is taking a whole bunch of damage. Barrow does blink forward. We got Lifestealer enraged, doing a whole bunch of damage to the Weaver, who actually pops himself an ulti and forces himself out. Lifestealer armament toggles off, and this is top tower going to be getting sieged here because it is very low. Radiant structures are fortified. They are going to rotate in. The birds are scouting out things. Sorry, Bane's illusions are scouting out things. Will they go on top of him is a big question. Lifestealer is actually going to throw out the open wounds and try to go for the kill on top of illusion. Figures out it's all an illusion. It's all a lie. and now he feels chipped. And they should know that's an illusion too. And oh look, a Medallion of Courage. Wow. Interesting item choice is coming up from this Nature's Prophet. He's actually going to go ahead and go for Roshan, so okay, that makes sense now. I was about to say, Medallion of Courage as your main item. It's going to go ahead and solo Roshan at this current point in time. That means he's not going to be on the map. That means the Radiant have all the roam in the world to do what they want. They do not know this is going on, of course. They don't have anything inside there to scout it out. But they do have a Clockwork who can toss a flare in there just casually to see where the heck Prophet is. Prophet's still trying to do as much damage as possible. Trixie doing a good job of microing those treants, trying to keep them alive so they can do as much DPS as possible or last them as long as possible. And it's going to go for a few right clicks. He's going to actually get pretty low from this. His treants are coming up in 1 second. The Sprout comes out and he gets bashed in the face. Gets the treants. And he's going to continue on killing Roshan. Meanwhile, mid, we got a smoked up Crystal Maiden. We got Clockwork Rappling in. He does keep himself a nice lifesteal. Bane is in a little bit of trouble. Does take a lot of damage. OD ulti does fly through. 2 people are dead. And, sorry, he had lifesteal inside of him. Now these guys rotate towards Roshan. They're going to go see where the heck Prophet is. They know he's in here now. Or maybe they don't. I don't really know. But we got the kills happening still inside. Fnatic getting torn apart in mid. We got an OD Astro Prism on top of Batrider. Batrider is trying to still run away. Does throw out the Firefly. The Flare does. I don't know if the Flare scattered it out. But the Flare could have almost scattered it out. And the middle tower should be going down here very soon. But luckily, the Radiant do not know that this is Roshan attempt is going on. The Aegis does go towards Prophet. So a middle tower for Roshan. I want to say it's a fair trade, but then again, you don't want to lose your towers if you don't have to. That's essentially the gold is even on both sides relative to that. The only difference is all the kills that OSG got in that middle fight versus Fnatic. So if you take into account that every single kill is worth about 200 gold at this point in time for everybody in general, yeah, it's almost not worth it. They got Aegis, they got Roshan. Prophet has got some more farm now, and he can start getting his bigger items. I don't really know what he's going to be building for though. That's a big question. Is he going to be going for something like a Millstone, or is he going to be going typical Prophet, or is he going to be going I am a super awesome carry Prophet and build himself a, I don't know, Scotty.
Bottom tower is
So
under
what else does the
attack.
Prophet build? So Trixie's going to continue on doing his farming thing. I'm like extremely interested to see what this Prophet goes for though. Maybe you guys know as viewers, maybe you guys watch a lot of Fnatic games, you already know what the heck is going on. But like I said, I'm coming from a background of laziness, so I have no general working knowledge of what he's going to be going for in this game. But speaking of what everybody else is going for, because I can't figure that out, we got Lifesteal. Looks like he's going for a Lincoln Sphere of his own, which would be a nice item versus that Batrider. He might want to get a BKB soon as well. Meanwhile, we got rotations coming on down bottom. Holy crap, what's going on? Fights happening. We got Batrider blinking in, getting himself a nice little pull on top of Weaver, who actually no, he got himself a pull. What was that? Oh, Visage. And Visage does take a whole bunch of damage, does go down. Prophet does TP in. He is very, very, very low, but doesn't matter. He has Aegis. Aegis gets popped, and Bane actually, these guys are trying to come in for the kill on top of the birds. They kill all the birds. Boys, this is a dead Prophet. For a Visage and also an OD. I do definitely think it was worth it. I do not like the timing of that kill though, because that means Roshan's going to be down for quite a while. But nonetheless, the push is coming on through. Prophet does have some fresh treants here. Clockwork trying to throw some plays, get some nice AoE damage. Crystal Maiden might be in a little bit of trouble. Blink forward coming up from Batrider. Batrider throws out the casket, pushes Crystal Maiden back, and Crystal Maiden is going to be taking a whole bunch of damage. She goes down and burns into the fire. So Bane able to pick up the kill on top of that. No Tail feeling very confident about that. Meanwhile, we got Era, Trixie, No Tail, Fly, the whole entire Fnatic squad just ring around the tower, taking it down with power. Ashes, ashes, the tower fell down.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Incoming!
And it looks like, at the end of the day, Fnatic are still on top of things. I want to say as far as the XP graph and the gold graph, Fnatic are on the top of that. Yeah, they are on top of that. OSG did have a nice little hold on it temporarily, but I think somewhere between the was it the mid fight? Was it the no? It was down bottom. Somewhere between that, it was a fight they had. Now it's Batrider. Nope. Okay, guys, I lost track of fights now. There's been a few key fights. I should say the mid fight. The early game has been really stopping OSG's aggression because OD hasn't really been able to do much as far as help his team out with kills and stuff. Like he's only Arcane Orb level 1, which is at this point you want to have OD feel confident enough to get Arcane Orb like level 2 or something. Ooh, excuse me. Clockwork Grapple does fly, it does not land. Flew. Where did Clockwork? Where's Clockwork? Where's Clockwork? Just Clockwork. Clockwork taking a whole bunch of damage from Rubik. Actually, I don't know if it landed. Rubik did take a whole bunch of damage, but it looks like OSG will, or sorry, Big M will be going down. Rubik does finally die to the pickoff coming out from OD, and now OD's going to get pushed back. Force that forward from his ally, trying to keep him alive. Era's here. Era does have his Lincoln Sphere fully finished up. So he does block himself an Astral Imprisonment, so he will be fine. He's actually going to tank a few tower shots because his ulti's up. Why the freak not? Gets healed up with the Earner Shadows. Prophet's Treants are going to be coming around the backside saying, bro, you better back up. We got Bane throwing out the nice little ult on top of OD, but he does get Astral Imprisonment instantly. Now we got the fight happening. This is not what they want to have happen right now. They lost their tower already. The OD's, Lystra trying to make the best out of what he possibly can out of a bad situation. Bane does go down. No Tail is going to be losing his life, and now the rest of the kills, that's going to be it. Trixie and crew are just going to casually back away. We got Arrow on the backside. No Gem of True Sight, no detection on the side of the Radiant to speak of. So Arrow can do whatever he wants right now. Is that an Earner Shadows? Yeah, Earner Shadows. Late Earner Shadows coming up on Xander on that Crystal Maiden. And Prophet, what are you building? He's building a Scotty, guys. We got a Scotty Prophet. We got a Scotty Prophet. It's legit, guys. It's obviously legit because Trixie's doing it. But yeah, a Scotty's gonna be a nice item, especially versus Lifestealer, because Scotty is a slow that goes through the BKBs and magic immunities and all that stuff, so you can't really stop it all that much. And also on top of that, you have to consider the fact that a Scotty does. Also, you have to consider the fact that a Scotty does give a Prophet some nice stats to be able to survive all this damage coming out from OSG. On the flip side, it does give him a lot of HP, which means that Lifestealer can steal a lot more from him. But that said, Scotty not only slows attack speed and movement speed, but not only slows attack or movement speed, but it slows attack speed. Sorry, guys, I got lost my train of thoughts again. Smoke gank coming up. We got Clockwork with himself a Lifestealer inside, so all 5 of OSG are up in the jungle, trying to see if they can find a Prophet farming up by himself. They're going to be able to find nobody. Meanwhile, on the other side, we got the whole entire dire side hanging out near the Ancients because they're about to start farming this like a group with like bosses because everybody needs XP, but Era needs the gold. And we got stuff getting drawn on the map. We got somebody drawing an arrow this way, somebody drawing an arrow that way. Clockwork not going to be able to do anything because the smoke is going to wear out here very soon. The smoke does wear out. He does have an invis ring though. So he would have liked to be the first one in there because they would not have been able to find him. And he's going to go ahead and casually pick up another rune. But we do have the Lifestealer hanging out inside of the Clocker right now. Which means, it means Lifestealer's not farming. That's what that really means. He's regening up. He does have his Link Sphere. He does have his items to fight. But I do want to see Lifestealer get some bigger items. And I'm trying to think of what bigger items he can get. Definitely Basher. Definitely needs a Basher at this point because Weaver's getting a little bit out of hand. Weaver's getting a Desolator of his own. So he's going to have that fully finished up. That's going to be brought to him very soon. Battle hiding in the trees. Going to be blinking out here very soon. I don't know if the creeps can see this. I want to say the creeps can just barely not see him on the side of the radiant, so they don't know he's there, of course. The pings are coming on through. The arrows are getting drawn on the map. I don't know where these guys are going to be drawing the line. Well, okay, I know where they're drawing the line. Sorry, my fault. But I don't know where they're going to be coming in for all these kills and stuff. And it looks like both sides are just playing very calculated Dota, just trying not to get caught out, because one person getting caught out is going to kill everybody. Dewarding was done. And the smoke is going to come on top. Weaver pops up a hand of minus. They're going to go for the kill up top on top of the Lifestealer, whose ulti is up, so he can't jump inside of a creep, but how long will he be able to survive is a big question. Meanwhile, we got Clockwork around the side. Clockwork, no flares coming through. The Lifestealer does give his Links here popped already. TP comes in for Prophet, and that's the easiest kill of their life. Jesus, talk about a dead person. Meanwhile, we got Clockwork. He was sheeped up by the Prophet who did. Prophet did go for a sheepstick. Sorry, he wasn't going for a Scotty. But yeah, Prophet did throw a sheepstick on top of Clockwork. So that's 2 kills going the way of Fnatic. They're gonna have a good time with that. Meanwhile, we got Fly who has himself some nice power cogs, celebratory power cogs getting thrown on the backside. And the push is going to come on strong with these guys. TP coming on down bottom from Prophet. Prophet was going to try to force OD to do something. OD doesn't have anything but an Astral Imprisonment, and then he can try to force that away. That's really about it. Looks like Prophet decided to TP mid instead. They're going to go for the kill on top of poor Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden pops that ulti, but it's not going to do nearly enough damage fast enough to kill anybody. And now now the push will happen on mid. So Fnatic officially have the chokehold of all chokeholds on this game. they not only had the split push, but they also had the farm on the Weaver to just straight out kill anybody. Bane has a lockdown, and he also has a Geometry Sight, just in case anybody tries to do anything sneaky. But he has a lockdown enough to stop the Lifestealer. Clockwork, he can rappel in all he wants and pop Blade Mail. It's not going to do much versus this lineup at this point. And look, now we got Fly and No Tail just having fun in the jungle with the power cogs. So, oh wait, hold on. Barrett gives himself a nice little steal on top of Bigum. Bigum does pop himself a Blade Mail, but dies right afterwards. Meanwhile, the birds from Visage are trying to come through. They might be getting farmed here very soon. Arrow trying to get the right click. He does get one right click, does get the second one, and that's 100 gold going his way. Basher is finally up on Lifestealer, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to actually help them get the kill on top of anybody. Now, Lincoln Sphere, yes, Lincoln Sphere is a good item to have versus the Batrider, but you also have to consider the fact that there's a Telekinesis from Rubik, there's an ulti from Bane, there's Nature's Prophet with his Sprout, and also Lasso from Batrider. So pretty much every hero except for Weaver has something to pop that Lincoln Sphere. And, I mean, there's a certain point where it's much better to have a BKB than a Lincoln Sphere. Of course, if Lifestealer went BKB, that would be silly because he was rage short. But if Lifestealer did go BKB, which is not that horrible of an idea, if he did go for a BKB, what he could do is he could pop rage, and after rage pop BKB, and then after his rage, or after his BKB ended, he could pop rage again. So that's like a whole entire long time. Actually, whoa. Rage lasts for 6 seconds. That means it's gonna be 13 seconds. 13 seconds of no rage. So okay, so gonna be like 3 seconds of vulnerability between that. Never mind, guys. Ignore me. I thought I was sounding all cool and stuff, talking about you can rage and BKB and then rage again right after. Anyway, TP coming up top. We got dead Lifesteal. Scooby-doo gonna be getting killed. And he actually jumps out of a creep, tries to go for kill on top of Prophet, does throw out the damage, or Prophet does try to throw out the damage, 4-step forward on top of it. We got rotation coming from Chris Main, a beautiful kill coming up from Lifesteal. He's able to turn a bad situation to a great situation. So very good resiliency coming up from him. He TP's back to base. Zondor on the Chris Main and does pick up the Geometry Sight, and she'll be TPing back to base. Meanwhile, mid, we got the fight happening. We got Bane, actually, No Tail trying to do what he can to lock down somebody. Does eat himself a nice little death. Actually, no, he doesn't die. Did OD really not have enough intelligence, or was that Rubik's? Wow. Did that really do no damage to Bane? Does No Tail have more intelligence than OD? No, he doesn't. Anyway, I thought for sure that OD was going to get the kill on top of No Tail on that Bane, but apparently not. Casual brain sap coming up through. DC coming out from Batrider. But yeah, about that fight up top, that just might be what OSG needed. Like, if they can keep doing things like that, then they can definitely win this game, because at this point Fnatic are playing at a point of extreme confidence, and it's to the point where Prophet and Batrider is going to be all around the map trying to kill anybody they find out by themselves, because Batrider has those boosted travel, Prophet has that global TP, and if you can just turn the fight on those two every single time, then yeah, you can definitely win this game, because that means only Weaver is going to be the main one trying to get that farm, or trying to get those big items, and yes, his damage does hurt. But if you can just kill Weaver and shut down Prophet and Batrider from like doing anything else for the remainder of the game, and slowly but surely farm your carries, or sorry, farm your Lifesteal and OD, and I guess to some extent Visage up, then you can OSG still have a chance at fighting back against Fnatic. But it's really gonna go down to how cocky Fnatic decide to get. And don't forget, the kill count is actually pretty darn close. The only difference in this game is towers, and at this point in the game, or at a certain point in the game, like maybe once we hit 40 minutes, if this game does go that long, once your whole entire team gets wiped and nobody has buyback or something like that, then you can just convert tower kills like that. If we look at the gold graph, it shows that it's 1,400 in favor of Fnatic, which is quite a bit of gold. But if you consider one team fight, say that's worth about 5,000 gold for everybody who's involved, and also the 3 towers that Fnatic are up by, and you take all those out of the equation, that's only a difference of 6,000 gold, which means, wait, hold on, is that 6,000 gold? It's 8,000. Yeah, no. Yeah, 6,000. That's 6,000 gold difference, because that's 3,000 for the towers, 5,000 from the team fight, and yeah, throw a Roshan in there. So sure, throw a Rosh in there, just to get the numbers a little bit closer. That's only a difference of 5,000 gold, which, I mean, yeah, it's still a big difference as far as gold goes, but that just tells you how fast this game can turn. Just one team fight going in favor of OSG, like one decisive team fight where OSG maybe lose a Crystal Maiden, and Fnatic lose every single person on the map, and then they lose their towers because they get pushed a little bit too hard, and they lose Roche once he's back up, which he'll be back up very soon by the looks of it. Wait, no, that timer's going full, never mind. And oh yeah, I didn't really consider that too. Prophet plus Barrett, they can TP wherever they want because Prophet does have the treants. Barrett can't TP on top of it, of course. The Flare does fly from Clockwork. Nobody knows that there's anybody down here. We got the supports coming in around the backside. They're squiggly lining this way. They're squiggly lining on that way. So it looks like that's going to be a full path they're going to take to try to sweep and kill anybody they see. Besides, birds are going to come on through. If these things do die, that won't be the biggest deal in the world. It's only 100 gold, yes, but they are going to be able to scout out who's here. And they see that there's a barrier here, so there's probably more people behind them. And yes, there's the whole entire Fnatic squad going to once again push down this bottom tower, push down this bottom lane. Prophet can TP out and start pushing the top lane if he wants to, or he can TP and start pushing mid. Either way, they're going to give themselves a tower sooner or later, because Visage is the only person here to defend. There's a TP scroll on the ground. I'm going to pick that up. And here come the treants. The treants are going to start pushing in with the creeps. And besides, does throw his ulti or does throw the soul assumption on top of Weaver just to pop that Link Sphere. Now Weaver needs to be a little bit careful. Lifesteal is here. Scooby-doo does get caught up. Does get his Link Sphere popped by the barrier. So very good item for him to have at this point in time. Meanwhile, we got well, the birds. One bird does get killed. Era does do a little bit of damage. Does take a whole bunch of damage. He needs to go ahead and pop his ulti if he wants to go ahead and pop it, so he can be nice and healthy for this fight, or he can get some earn charges from his allies. I don't think it'd be a good idea to waste that. But the tower does go down anyway because Prophet has a damage. Weaver has a Desolator. That's a lot of right click coming out towards the towers. And now we got Weaver in a little bit of trouble. Era does pop himself an ulti. Looks like the Link Sphere was popped by the Astral Imprisonment and not by the Soul Assumption, which is what they wanted to have happen. And the siege will continue. Fnatic are being very aggressive with this pushing. They can definitely do that because, I mean, like I said, they're in a good position. The creeps are pushing their way. There's a middle lane the creeps are pushing, so they can just take this moment to just casually push in this bottom lane as well. All they want is OSG's just attempt to come out of the tower and try to push the creeps past this point. Because once OSG past this point, there's no turning back. It's like the point of no return. Actually, it's more like this point. Because at that point, Batrider can blink forward and pull him in. Bane can get his ulti off. Weaver can Sakuchi and do some things. There can be telekinesis coming out from Rubik, and look like just like there. Clockwork does rappel on top of Era, and Era's a little bit choked. Does pop his ulti, but he's not able to actually get out of dodge just yet. But that would have been a big kill if they were able to get that. OD ulti does fly through, does miss everything. Now we got the Visage Birds trying to do a little bit of damage on top of No-Tail. No-Tail does give himself a nice little brain cell, so he's able to survive that, and the birds do go down, so Visage will not be as useful for this next coming team fight. And the team fight will be happening. Visage actually going to be the first one pulled, takes a whole bunch of damage, gets pulled into the Inferno. Crystal Maiden does show up around the corner, does blink forward coming out from Rubik. Crystal Maiden still goes down anyway. Who really cares? We got telekinesis coming out from Rubik, and now Bigum is getting turned by his own power cogs, and Bane's the only one dead on side of Fnatic. This just looks like it just might be a free set of racks for these guys because Scooby-doo is about to be going down. Scooby-doo does die. Weaver does pop his ulti. TP coming in from the OD who wants to try to do a little bit of damage. Getting body blocked by the creeps like a boss. And he's actually going to stand still for a few seconds. Prophet doing a really good job of that. And now OD's going to force staff himself out of that. I don't know if he'll be able to survive because he did buy back. Tornado stick up coming out from the Batrider. And now it looks like he can still be a dead OD. Clockwork does come in. Does get a kill on top of Weaver, but really at this point, I mean, they're going to lose their racks. They also forced, I don't know if they forced to buy back on both Clockwork and OD, or if OD was just came back alive.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
now OD bought back and Clockwork bought back as well. Now we got Visage getting pulled in by the Batrider once again, just like his last time. He's able to survive for a little bit longer because the fact that he has himself a mechanism, but it doesn't really matter. Now it's just one right click. Crystal Maiden trying to be the hero, does get a negative earn charge on Prophet. Prophet going to start TPing out. He should be going down, does die. Crystal Maiden 500 gold going towards her way, and she's actually going to pop herself a ghost up to survive the damage coming out from Hani on that Batrider. And Geometry Sight dropped on the ground. Somebody needs to pick that up. Will Crystal Maiden pick it up? Did she pick it up? Or was it in base? I don't know where that ping was. But wherever it was, probably was picked up already. So I just showed you guys the power of 150 damage coming out from that Urn of Shadows. It does it very slowly. Over 8 seconds. It hurts you for 150. It was just enough to kill the Prophet. So if Prophet down, Barret down, or sorry, Prophet down and Weaver down, that means that OSG can reset and regather themselves, regroup, and try to do something. But they have to worry about that bottom lane now because those are mega creeps pushing on in. Big old beefy creeps that hit for there we go. Big old beefy creeps that hit for 48 damage instead of 22. And then you have the range creeps that hit for a lot, like 55 damage. Now, if you guys recall, Batrider, at the beginning of the game, he hit for 46, I want to say at level 1 or level 2 or whatever. So these creeps hit about as hard as a Batrider at level 2. And it makes it a little bit worse because there's 4 of them. So it's like Batrider hitting you 4 times as hard at level 2 all the time if you take creep aggro. So it's a lot of damage that can come that way.
Double damage.
Aghanim Scepter is up on top of Visage as far as the rest of the items go. Heaven's Halberd is a great item to have. Lifesteal has a Heaven's Halberd. Weaver needs to be very, very, very careful about not getting caught with that. Because if they can just get that on Weaver, then they can just focus down anybody else. Or get it on Prophet. Because it's getting to the point where Prophet's a little bit big danger too. Meanwhile, Crucible does get killed on top of the... awkward place to get killed. But she does get killed on top of the tower. The Geometry site dropped on the high ground. Meanwhile, Weaver does get his Link Sphere popped already. Force coming out forward from OD, trying to get the kill on top of Weaver. And just casually dies right in front of him. Meanwhile, another fight's happening on the backside. Scooby-doo is getting a little bit of damage on top of Trixie. Trixie getting bashed up here very soon. Getting hit with those power cards. Getting hit with those battery salts. Oh, Scooby-doo will be going down, but Prophet, actually no, Prophet did die, and he did buy back. GG's coming out from OD. TP coming in from Prophet. Prophet just casually right clicks and Clockwork. Clockwork does go now. Ultra kill for Era, and it looks like that'll be the end of the game.
Victory.
GG well plays coming out all around, and that was a good game. That was a good game. Enough back and forth to satisfy the taste of Dota for the day. So there you have it, guys. My name is CulBlu. I just brought you guys this game of OSG versus Fnatic. Fnatic did take this one in a, I say rather convincing fashion. I didn't realize OD didn't get a kill this whole entire game. Whoa. But yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys whenever.